We're going to be sowing our leeks today, and the variety that we're using is the Bulgarian Giant. These are a summer or autumn variety, so we're going to be sowing these earlier than other varieties that are winter varieties. So do make sure you've got the right varieties, and if you're joining in with the winter ones instead, then you want to be starting to sow these around April. This is video 2, so if you haven't checked out video 1, then do have a look at that. It's going to give you more ideas of the things that you're going to need for the grow along going forward, as well as the different varieties that we're using or can grow. First of all, we obviously need our seeds. So this is the Bulgarian Giant variety, but any autumn or summer variety that you have will be absolutely fine to start now as well. And then we're going to need our seed starting setup. So all I've got is a dome, a seed tray with the holes in the bottom, and then a gravel tray with no holes just to catch any water. That's going to give us space to sow quite a few seeds, but if you don't need that many, maybe you've got around sort of 10 to 20 that you're looking for, then a pot this sort of size will be absolutely perfect. And then to add some humidity, you can either pop a glass on the top or just put a bag on the top with an elastic band around it, and that will keep the humidity in for us. So all I'm using today is a sieved multi-purpose compost rather than a seed starting mix. If you don't want to sieve it, then a seed starting mix will be absolutely fine, or you could use something like cocoa coir. We just need something that is that finer consistency for these seeds. We do want to make sure that we fill our seed tray up right up until the top of the seed tray to give these seeds and the roots as much depth as we can. Give it a little bit of a tap down, and then all I'm doing is just popping a tray on the top and just ever so slightly pushing it down to avoid any air pockets that we might have in there otherwise. And then we want to take our seeds. Do make sure that they are fresher. If you've got older seeds, they may germinate, but you may want to also sow them that bit thicker if they are older seeds. But alliums are one that will be a bit more fussy about it being newer seeds compared to some of the others. And then all we're going to do is simply sprinkle these seeds all over. Now I'm sowing pretty much probably the whole packet today. That's because I do also sell some of my seedlings, but it's likely that you won't need to use anywhere near the whole packet. So just sow maybe an extra third compared to what you actually require. Then we just want to grab another handful of this compost and just put a thin layer, and it is a thin layer, we don't want much at all, over the top. Doesn't matter if you can see a few of these seeds poking through still. And then just get that nice and even again. Don't forget to pop your label in. We're just going to fill our gravel tray with some water and let that soak until we start seeing some water glistering on the top. Once they've absorbed the water, remove any water that's remaining in the bottom tray and pop your dome on with any lid that you have on them shut. Leeks germinate from around 8 Celsius, so you can either leave your tray outside and just allow them to germinate slowly, or you can take them in the house and germinate them there. You don't need a heat mat to do this. Any windowsill will be absolutely fine. But as soon as you see that germination, and they'll look like little pieces of grass that are sort of folded over initially, then it's time to move them into a cooler location under cover outside. Either a cold frame, polytunnel, or a greenhouse will be absolutely perfect for this. At that stage, they'll start looking very much like these onions do, and then we're just going to allow them to grow on slowly, but we'll do an update once they are a little bit more established. We will also do an update, if we've not done one before then, of when we need to sow any seeds that are for winter leeks as well.